Have you ever felt a quiet fire inside you? A pull to take charge, to speak up, to act boldly, but something held you back? Or maybe there was a moment where you stood ground, made a tough decision, and felt a surge of strength deep in your belly. That fire, that clarity, that inner strength, it all lives in the Manipura chakra, the third energy center in our body. Namaste and welcome to the third episode of the Chakra Mandala series. I'm so glad you are here. If you've been following along, you know that we've already rooted ourselves with the Mooladhara and flowed with creativity through the Swadhisthana. Today, we move into the golden realm of Manipura, the Solar Plexus Chakra, the home of personal power, self-belief, and transformation. In this episode, we'll explore this chakra through 3 mandalas, each offering a unique perspective. One through the lens of sacred geometry, one vibrant with chakra colors and symbols, and one raw, expressive, and abstract. Together, we'll uncover how this chakra shapes our confidence, our courage to say yes or no, and our ability to live with purpose. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on the very name of this chakra, Manipura. It comes from Sanskrit. Mani means jewel and Pura means city or place. So Manipura literally translates to city of jewels. Why jewels? Because this energy center, located just above the navel, holds within it the radiant gems of our inner strength, our confidence, our personal power. It's where our sense of identity is shaped, where courage, clarity, and resilience are forged like precious stones under pressure. Now, in modern anatomy, this same region is referred to as the solar plexus, a complex network of nerves, like a radiant sun right in the center of our body. It's no coincidence. The solar plexus is named after the sun because of how it radiates energy outward. It's the biological core of our nervous system, just as Manipur is the energetic core of our willpower. So whether you call it the solar plexus or the city of jewels, this is the chakra that fuels action, confidence, and transformation. It is where your personal light begins to shine. Now that we've understood where Manipur lives in the body, let's feel into what it really means to awaken this energy in our lives. This chakra is the seat of personal power, but not power over others, not control, not ego. This is the power to rise, even when we feel unsure, the power to make a choice, even when fear whispers louder than clarity. Have you ever felt a moment where you knew you had to act, to say something, to walk away, to take a leap, and even though your hands were trembling, something inside you stood up? That's Manipur. It's the energy of fire, fire that fuels motion, fire that says, yes, I can, yes, I will. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet resolve, like a candle in the dark, refusing to go out. The more we connect to this chakra, the more we begin to trust ourselves. Not because we always get it right, but because we are learning to act with courage, intention, and integrity. That is the fire of Manipur. As we now begin to witness the mandala of Manipur unfold before us, let's take a moment to truly see not just with our eyes, but with our inner awareness. This mandala, like the chakra it represents, is all about energy in motion. It is precision, intensity, and transformation made visible. We begin at the center, a downward pointing triangle. This triangle represents the fire element, Agni. It's sharp, dynamic, and unyielding. Its downward tip symbolizes the alchemical nature of transformation, the burning away of what no longer serves, so something new can emerge. As this triangle forms, allow yourself to feel the heat at your solar plexus, like a spark that begins to grow. Surrounding the triangle, you see a circle. This represents the circle of energy. How power isn't something we take or hold, it's something that flows through us in rhythm with the universe. Then come the 10 petals. Each petal carries an energy, and together they form the dynamic container of this chakra. Each of these 10 petals corresponds to a quality we need to balance our personal power: shame, fear, delusion, foolishness, thirst, jealousy, treachery, ambition, ignorance, and sadness. Yes, they seem like shadow traits at first, but this is the beauty of the Manipura chakra. These petals show us that real strength isn't about avoiding our shadows, it's about transforming them. Not running away from our fears, but facing them and reclaiming the energy locked inside. Fire is one of the most ancient, sacred forces in every spiritual tradition. But what is fire really? Fire is energy in its purest, most active form. It consumes, transforms, and never leaves things the way it found them. In the physical world, fire cooks our food, warms our homes, melts metals, and drives engines. In the inner world, it burns away ignorance, melts resistance, and frees trapped potential. The fire of Manipur is not destructive in the way we often fear. It's sacred destruction, burning illusions, purifying intentions, and forging clarity. But fire must be honored. When ignored, it burns out. When uncontrolled, it consumes. Manipur invites us to learn the sacred art of tending our fire, to be aware of when we are burning too bright in ego or flickering out in fear, to act from the steady warmth of confidence and not the scorching blaze of control. And now, as the structure of the mandala begins to hold its form, a color rises from within: yellow, the color of light, of intellect, of consciousness coming into focus. Yellow is the energy of the sun, radiating from the center of your being, from the very core of the Manipura chakra. As this golden hue spreads across the mandala, feel it not just as a color, but as a vibration, a warmth, a clarity, a call to rise into your fullest expression. Yellow is the color of knowing who you are, without apology, without arrogance. It is the quiet confidence that does not seek approval because it already burns with inner truth. Let it spiral through the petals, through the circle, through the geometry, waking up the lines with light. Yellow teaches us to think clearly, to act decisively, and to honor the sacred fire of our will. But it also reminds us that true power is never forceful. It is luminous, steady, unshakable. Like the sun, it doesn't compete, it simply shines. So as you watch this yellow unfold across the mandala, ask yourself, where am I ready to shine without shrinking? What part of me is waking up in this very moment? This is the light of Manipur. This is the yellow of your inner sun. But just like fire, the Manipura chakra needs balance. Too little energy here, and we feel passive, indecisive, unable to move forward. Too much, and we might become aggressive, controlling, or quick to anger. So how do we keep this sacred fire in harmony? We return to the body, to breath, to practices that ground and awaken in equal measure. Here are a few ways to balance the solar plexus. Breath work, deep belly breathing to activate and soothe the center. Sunlight, spend time in the early morning sun, absorbing its warmth. Journaling, reflect on boundaries, decisions, and what it means to lead your own life. You can also practice core activating yoga poses like boat pose and warrior two, which build inner strength and confidence. And if you wish to awaken this energy further, you can chant or simply listen to the bija mantra of the Manipura chakra, Ram, the sacred sound of inner fire and transformation. Let it vibrate at your core, clearing doubt, fueling courage, and centering your will. And most importantly, tune into what empowers you, not from outside, but from within. Because your power isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being rooted in your truth, aware of your purpose, and alive in your own light. This is the gift of the Manipura chakra, and this mandal you've just witnessed is a reflection of the fire you carry inside. In this abstract expression of the chakra, we step beyond form, beyond geometry, into the emotive essence of the solar plexus. Here, fire isn't tamed, it's felt. It flickers, surges, and whispers in strokes of yellow, bronze, and sienna. This mandala doesn't follow symmetry, it follows sensation. Look at how the colors blend and break, how light escapes through the strokes. This is the voice of your intuition, the moment before decision, the heat behind a yes or a no. This mandala doesn't instruct, it invites to pause, to feel, to trust your gut, to sit beside your fire and simply listen. Because sometimes the strongest thing we can do is honor what burns within us, quietly, fiercely, authentically. Unlike the abstract mandala where emotion ran wild and unstructured, this piece begins with symmetry. Each petal, each curve is intentional, like a breath taken with awareness. There's rhythm here, a sense of calm control. And isn't that also the power of the solar plexus? To direct your energy with clarity and choice. At first glance, the mandala feels like a pattern, but if you sit with it, it begins to feel like a presence. It draws you in, petal by petal, towards the luminous center. And then the color begins to speak. A soft surge of yellow enters, golden, warm, and gently assertive. It's not just decorative, it's energetic. Yellow is the color of confidence, of inner sunshine. It lights up the third chakra, our seat of willpower, motivation, and self-esteem. So as you watch this yellow unfold across the mandala, ask yourself, where am I ready to shine without shrinking? What part of me is waking up in this very moment? Notice the contrast. The black outlines hold space for the light. Just like in life, our boundaries protect our glow. The earthy tones ground the brightness. They remind us that true power isn't noisy or aggressive. It's rooted, purposeful, radiant from within. As the yellow deepens and expands, so does the invitation to own your light, to trust your instincts, to be seen, not for show, but from truth. This is not just a color palette, it's a mirror for your solar energy to return home. If this episode resonated with you, do let me know in the comments. Drop a yellow flower, a sun emoji, or a yellow heart. I'd love to know which moment spoke to your spirit. What does power feel like for you today? Thank you for being here, for watching, feeling, and creating with me. In the next episode, we'll gently step into the realm of the heart chakra. Until then, stay vibrant, stay connected, and stay radiant.